How are y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. So, we're going to be talking about Carmelo Anthony and the updates that we know of thus far, pretty much. So, yesterday, I want to say shout out to No Captivity Freezy. Um, he put on an amazing show last night, and he was basically playing Vinnie Politan's video with the news reporter. I think it was from Court TV. I want to say, "Hey, welcome in. How are you?" And he basically pretty much vouched, not vouched, but said the same thing that these, "Hey, Brian, how are you? Welcome." He pretty much said the same thing about them having another um, video footage of the Carmelo Anthony track meet uh, situation. So when this news reporter, he said the same thing that all these group of people said have been saying. So basically, he corroborated their story. He basically solidified their story because he said the same thing. But y'all, there's a lot going on with the case. They saying that I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that the judge is no longer a judge. I think he quit, resigned, or whatever the case may be. But it's a lot going on with this Carmelo Anthony case. I went down there, me and Jamil, last Saturday. We went to Frisco, Texas. We are in front of the courthouse. And is it too loud? Oh, you can't hear me? Hold on just a second. Hold on. Hold on. Cut my phone. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm in the airport. So is it too loud? Because if it's too loud, I'll probably just drop off and come back. Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Welcome in. Welcome in. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Put a one in the chat. Okay, y'all can hear me? Does it sound like too loud, too noisy? Or does it sound okay? It sounds okay. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, we're traveling, so it's crazy. Bad weather storm. Okay. So anyway, Benny Politan, he had one of the court reporters, or not court reporters. Benny Politan had one of the court TV reporters. I forget the guy's name. He's a black guy. And he basically said the same thing. Um, it was too noisy. Is it still too noisy now? Let me know if it's too noisy for you guys. Is it too noisy? Put a yes or put a no in the chat because I don't have my earbud in. Put a yes or put a no. I'm like in the airport. But anyway, so the Court TV, I think he's from Court TV. He okay, we're good. Okay. Well, okay, thank you. So the Court TV, I think he's Court TV anchor. Like I said, he basically told the same story as this other group of people that Freezy, No Captivity, shout out to him. He's been doing an amazing job covering this story. And he had a lot of ladies on last night, and they were basically telling how they went to go see this video at Frisco ISD. And what they were saying was the same thing that the I think he's court TV news reporter, court TV like news reporter, news anchor was saying. So I do believe that there's another video. And I also believe that the video that they played, they kind of figured out yesterday, last night,
that maybe what they did was they zoomed in on the footage on the video, and then that's why the video was so blurry while it was in court, being played in court. But there is a lot to unpack here because they're saying that also that Carmelo Anthony, they're wondering if it was Carmelo Anthony's knife. Now, I don't know. They're saying that the boys, the Metcalf boys, allegedly, and I can't confirm this, but I'm just saying what I heard in my research that they're saying that the Metcalf boys had brought the tool. They were calling it a tool. So they said that the tool that was used, in the situation with Austin Metcalf, that the boys even said that they had brought that tool to the school, to the track meet that day. But I don't know. This is like, a lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that. But I'm just reporting what pretty much is being, reported out there. I can't confirm nor deny that, but I did. What I was saying was that me and Jamel went last Saturday to Frisco, and the NAACP. We met with the NAACP there, and they were having a meeting, and they gave out some good information. They did say the Carmelo Anthony family is getting help, from them, but they couldn't, specify or say which. Respectfully, so I understand, but they did say there is things going on behind the scene. So do know that they are getting support. I heard Ben Crump was in there as well. Hey, loving myself. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Y'all welcome in. Smash the like button. So they did say that Ben Crump was assistant, but we all know that Ben Crump is a he is a he's a civil attorney. So he's not going to be able to assist because he's not a criminal attorney. If I understood that correctly. Because a lot of people, even myself, I'm like, where's the NAACP? Where's Ben Crump? Those are the first names that like kind of flew out of my I look out of my mouth, was that where are they at? But they are on deck. Um Now I don't know how far Ben Crump can assist because he is a civil attorney, but I'm sure that he can assist, probably just knowing the laws and different things, probably as it pertains to Carmelo Anthony's case. But we do know that they are there. They are assisting. And one thing that I did hear, and it was very sad because there was some people at the NAACP meeting that were telling some stories. So they were in the local area around Frisco. I'm not exactly sure if they work for the Frisco like independent school district, but I know there was a lady, and she's a teacher, and she said that the white staff, they will see like white students like doing things to black students, and they don't say or do anything. So she had a student that was there, that she was like, I guess, kind of standing next to her maybe. And it seemed like I believe it was a black child, seemed like it was a female child. And then there was a white child that came up and punched the child that was standing next to the teacher, like I think in their stomach. And then the staff member, the white staff member, seen this happen and didn't do anything. So there's like a lot of other issues within the ISD that, I mean, just from listening to that, that really need to be addressed. I don't know, you know, how or when that could happen. Maybe it's a something something that they see that they don't want to say anything about. I'm not sure, but she did say that she's a teacher and she works at, I believe it was Frisco or one of the ISDs out in that area, and she sees a lot of kids, black kids, being called even like the N word, and that like hurt my heart because I'm like, man, these kids are being taught that type of behavior somewhere, and more than likely, of course, at home. Just like the Metcalf boys. Jeff Metcalf? sorry, we love everybody here at the lounge. He's racist as they all come. Sorry, but not sorry. He's very racist, and I can see why Carmelo Anthony was kind of reacted the way he did. They were uh, probably calling him N words and saying all kind of stuff to him while he was in that tent. When Austin or any none of those children had the right to tell any other child to get out that tent. They weren't had no authority. They weren't the police. They weren't the security guard. They weren't anybody. So they didn't have no authority to try to remove Carmelo out that tent. And what really kills me is that people are saying, well, no, it didn't have a constitute. Hey, Anonymous, good morning. How are you? It didn't constitute Austin losing his life. Well, nobody deserves to lose their life at nobody's hands. Let's just say that, right? But at the same time, we don't know how we're going to react, period. We don't know how we're going to react if we stumble upon a situation and you have a water bottle. I mean, you have like anything can become a weapon within seconds, right? It's how you use it. A pencil can be a weapon. Anything can become a weapon in a matter of seconds. So people kill me when they say, well, he didn't have to, you know, um, you know, um, you know, poke him, but you don't know how you will react. Plenty of people have been in situations, even now in their older age, that they've done things that they're like, man, I wish I would have never did that. But when you do have a reaction at a certain time where it's like you're in like kind of like survival or panic mode, you don't know what you're gonna do. So the thing that is killing me is with all these people. Well, he didn't have to do that. Well, guess what? You don't know how you would react when you're being jumped because they said the tape. I believe these people. They said the tape has four guys surrounding Carmelo like a rap cipher. Yes, that part. Then there's information out there too, and I can't confirm nor deny, but they said that the Metcalf brothers are the ones that bought it's a tool. They're saying it's some kind of tool. I don't know. But some people are saying that it was an actual knife. That was like I think 3.5 inches knife. I can't confirm nor deny. I wasn't in the courtroom. I'm just saying what is kind of like out there in the, in the Carmelo Anthony sphere as far as his court case. But it's sad. Nobody deserves to lose their life, you know. But they're trying to raise money. I see Lakeisha Keisha, shout out to her. She was trying to do a fundraiser and raise money for Carmelo, and she said, I guess the probably the MAGA people or whoever um, really kind of shut it down. So she's trying to work and see how to raise money. But I think I'm going to do some Charleston White car, watermelon felon Charleston White shirts and see how that goes. I see some people are already doing Charleston White watermelon felon t-shirts. But y'all, I think I'm gonna design some shirts and see it and put it on the our website to see, how if anybody wants to buy them. I gotta come up with a design or get my designer to design them. But anyway, there's a lot going on. Um, Let me see what else is going on with the case that I can think of. They're saying the judge resigned. Oh, they're saying that the judge and also the DA, they have charges. I think it's Dr. Matthews, I believe it is, out of Houston. She was saying that the judge has like sexual harassment charges, had a lawsuit and also paid out the lawsuit. And it was a huge lawsuit. It was, I want to say, 6 or 7 people. I think they were DAs. If my laptop was working, I would be looking up this stuff, but we're in the airport and the power's been going out. So we're stuck and there's no internet for me to like kind of read off or play videos for you guys. But anyway, yeah, they said the DA and the judge has like charges. I know the DA has sexual harassment charges, and the judge has some kind of other charges for something they did, but they're like all like right and dirty, and then have the right and even the thought, not the thought, even has the right to be judging Carmelo Anthony when they got skeletons in their closet. And I'm talking about big skeletons because that was a federal case that the DA had. So um Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. These people got dirt all in skeletons all in their closet. And then what judge? I've never seen a judge that came on and did an interview after a court case like this. I ain't seen one. I haven't seen one. Then you got Jeff Metcalf going on like a racist rant. I mean, talking about the black people and baby mamas and food stamps and all kind of stuff when he's not even in his kids up under his kids four corners. They don't even live under the same roof. And he even said it in the interview. He lives an hour away from his ex-wife and the other twin. So how are you, sir, able to come out your filthy mouth and say anything about anybody, any other race, especially black people? Like you don't have any room to speak because you're not even a active full-time parent. You are a part-timer, sir. And ain't no telling how part-time you are because according to that court video after the court case, the mom, Austin and the other one, the other twin's mother, looked like she didn't want to have nothing to do with him. Did y'all see that? Put a one in the chat if you guys seen that. It looked like the mom didn't want to stand by him, didn't even want to look at him. I was like, whoa, he must be a whole demon. And they said allegedly, they said that he liked to lay them hands up on Austin them's mom. They he likes to lay them hands. So of course, um, he has no room to talk. And allegedly, I don't know. Hey Mark Miller, how are you? Welcome. Allegedly, they're saying that he had did some SA and DV, and I don't know how true it is. I'm just saying what it is. I wish I could do clips of these videos where I seen these content creators speaking about it because they pulled like records, pulled the file, his uh his mugshot and his charges. So I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot going on. I feel like this too. I feel like they didn't find no jurors of his peer because a lot of them, from what I understand, people are saying it was an all white jury, but now they're saying that it was like mostly Indians and like white men, if I'm not mistaken. On top of that, they said that they said that they said that there was a teacher. Remember, they said there was three teachers, black teachers that were, or three black educators that were kicked off the juror, and they said that one of the other jurors, the females, was also a teacher. So they're saying for the appeal, that would definitely help Carmelo with the appeal. And so that's good for him. That's really good for him. But yeah, so hopefully I believe that Carmelo. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. It was like an Amber Alert thing going off. But definitely when he gets the appeal, because I believe he's gonna get the appeal. I believe that he's gonna win the appeal. But I believe that once he gets the appeal and wins the appeal, that he will be let free because the jurors of his peers, then on top of this, when the prosecution team, when they were the prosecution team, they were asking the kids, oh, is this M that he committed? Is this the murder that he committed? They can't ask a person that is taking a stand as a witness if what he did was, murking. Like, that was crazy. Like, you can't ask nobody that. Them kids don't know what the like cases, like what murking entails according to the law. You can't ask them that. They're young kids. And I believe that they were paid off because they said all of them had a squeegee ball when they was up there testifying. They were saying the same things when they were testifying. It was all set up. They knew that they were going to find Carmelo guilty. They were just going to throw the guilty on him and say he was guilty before he even had a chance to have a fair trial. And it's almost like people are saying like the Emmett Till situation. Y'all remember Emmett Till? Emmett Till, and then the lady who lied and said Emmett Till was doing what he was doing allegedly just passed away not too like a couple of years ago. and came out and said that she lied. So I believe that's going to be the same thing with Carmelo. All them kids lied, and even the mom and dad, the mother, I remember the mother on the first interview they had said that they all lied, and I believe her. They were railroaded. They didn't get no great support from the judge. I mean, not from the judge, from the attorney. And also, I found out because they were saying that Carmelo had a court appointed lawyer, but no, Dominique said that they paid for an attorney. They paid for what's it called? What's it called? Like professional what's it called? Um what's it called? Professional people like the doctors or whatever. I forget what the proper name is. Experts. They paid for experts, but the experts, from what I hear, I wasn't in the courtroom, but they said there was no experts that took the stand. Um, every time that, like when the witnesses were speaking, the 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 lawyers for Carmelo didn't say anything. So he should have been like basically, saying no. Like, no, you can't be asking those young kids, is this murder? No, you can't do that. And the Carmelo's attorney didn't even stop or say anything. He just like kind of let it roll, was rolling with the punches. But also, if you go to Carmelo Anthony's attorney, um, I forget his name, Tony, whatever his name is, he was saying even on his video, he he's like a scary type of lawyer. He's like, I just want to have like a easy lawyer, like, somebody who's going to be. No, I don't need no lawyer that's going to be like scary. I need the lion, tigers and the bears. I need the lion, tigers and bears when I'm fighting for my life. I don't need nobody to be no soft attorney for me. No, I need you to go in there with the punches. I need you to go in there kicking and screaming and trying to defend me. My life is at stake. My life is at stake of being sentenced to prison for the rest of my life. And you talking about you're a soft attorney, you're like, like to take it easy or something. I forget like his words. But I'm like, want an attorney like that. Like, I think hopefully around the family they have a great people who know of great lawyers for the appeals, because there's no way that I'm gonna be in there and I'm gonna be wanting a lawyer who is soft as a baby bottom to be defending me. No, 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 no. We don't need that. Like, we really don't need that. We need the bears, the tigers, the lions, and all of that. We need all of that. We need the smoke. That's what we need. We need a lawyer who's gonna bring the smoke. Matter of fact, we need Diddy's lawyer. If they can afford Diddy's lawyer, we need a lawyer, Brian Steele. We need Brian Steele on this case. Brian Steele will come in there like a pit bull and go in, and I mean, I was at the Diddy trial. So I was there, boots on ground in the courtroom, like a few rows up from Diddy's mom and a few rows up from Diddy himself. And Brian Steele, he was amazing. He really, really, the whole team actually. That's what Carmelo needs. He needs the Brian Steele like team to defend him because he is a criminal attorney. But I don't know. Like I said, we're gonna see how everything turns out, how things transpire, and um they say like the appeals, like when I checked, they said like the appeals can take like 6 months to like 2 years, I think. Um, I'm not sure if they're gonna give him like a speedy retrial. And from what lawyers are saying, a lot of lawyers that I've seen on YouTube that talking about the situation, they're saying he definitely has a great appeal, like, chances at appeal, first of all, and then he has a great case moving forward because all of the stuff that wasn't done correctly and fair in the first trial, that he's gonna definitely win definitely get a retrial or appeal, but that the ground is looking good for Carmelo as far as that is concerned. So we just pray for the best. We hope for the best. And like I said, we love everybody here at the lounge. Nobody deserves to pass away. And let me say this: not all white people like Jeff Metcalf. All white people are not racist. All black people are not racist. All Asians, all Mexicans, all each race. We every race has their people who are racist and ignorant to the fact of like loving other people for who they are and not the color of their skin. So this is what Jeff really has taught his boys. And that's why they were being bullies because he taught that. He taught them how to be bullies. He taught that he taught them kids how to be bullies. I mean, you could tell the way he talks. You could tell he's a pure like racist. And there's black racists too. You got Stephen A. Austin, if y'all don't know, he's a black man, but he can't stand black people. You got there's another one. He got kicked off of YouTube. I can't remember his name, but he's another black racist. It's quite a few of them. Then there's another one. What's his name? Uh Justin Whitlock, I think. Justin Whitlock is his name. He's another black racist. Can't stand black people. Even some females. Black female, one big black female content creator. She's black and she don't even like black people. I'm like, there's racists in all races. So you don't have to be just because you're white. All white. People have a thing to say like all white people are racist or all black. Like you can't. I don't believe that. I believe in every race. There's all good people in all races, and there's just bad people in every race. There's racists in black races, white races, Mexican races, Asia. The list goes on and on. But because I don't believe that all I treat people how you treat me. I have friends that I grew up with that are white and we're best friends until today. Yes, we are best friends until today. I have white friends, I have black friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends. I have friends of all races. And my family is made up of all races. Thanksgiving, guess who's coming to the table? Whites, blacks, Mexicans, Asians. We got them all in my family. So I don't have any room to be racist about any race. If you treat me how I treat you, we good. I love you just like a sister or brother to me. And that's just how I am. That's how my family is. So I believe that there's racists in every race, every race. Ours too, our black people. Yep, there's some racists there too. Stephen A. Austin. Yep. 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 And I love the way that Willie D got on him because Willie D was not playing. Anonymous says, I want no what'd you say, Anonymous? Anonymous says, oh wait, I want my invite. Yeah, so yeah, so it's crazy. So you can't anonymous for Thanksgiving. Yeah, anonymous, see? Anonymous, my one of my moms, he's white, right? Yeah, so I don't care about what your race is. I all I care about is how we treat each other as whatever friendship, family, whatever. But I always say everybody's family. Everybody's family to me. You treat me right, I treat you right. We good. Like I don't look at you because you're Mexican, you're black, you're white, you're Puerto Rican, you're whatever, African or whatever. No, I have friends of every just about nationality and that are really cool people. So Jeff, I believe in that aspect, he bred those kids. You can People breed their kids. Even some white guys that came on the internet, they came up and said that they were taught by their parents to be racist. That was like something that they were like always taught. So when they are always being taught these things, and then they're in places like at the track meet, and then you think that you can, just because you're being taught how to like hate other races, and you feel like you can bully people, you know, I hate to say it. No, no, I'm good, thank you. It's kind of like a thing, and this is for anybody. Just like there was a guy, I think he was 17 or 18 in Belton, Texas. He was a white student and he was being bullied by a Mexican student. And guess what? even though that was premeditated murder, what he did, he poked the guy. He brought a knife to school. He said he was going to bring a knife to school because this Mexican boy, he was bullying him. And that's why we got to teach our kids, don't be no bullies, but don't let nobody bully you either at the same time, and keep your hands to yourself. But this white boy in Belton a few years ago, he had the similar type of situation, but his was premeditated and he only got 10 years in prison. So how is Carmelo? He's defending himself and he gets 35 years. And there's even other cases where there's other students and situation stories similar to that one in Belton and in Carmelo's case, and they got like 9 years. One of them, Mexican boy, he even walked free and got probation for like 10 years. So this is what it's all about. It's about the injustice of how blacks are being treated in the court system. So, like I said, even that the white boy in Belton, I can't remember his name because I don't want to call him no white boy, but he's I forget his name, but y'all probably know and y'all heard it, like, because that's going around as one of the stories trying to compare the cases. But look, that boy, even though I'm not condoning no violence at all, but that boy was being bullied. And he probably even told the school officials, look, I'm being bullied. And they probably, oh, don't worry about it. Because sometimes that's what they do. And that boy probably went to the office, probably went to the principal. The teachers probably knew he was being bullied. I'm telling you, he probably let a lot of people know that he was being bullied because he was texting, I think, a fellow student of his and saying that he was being bullied. And then he bought that knife and then he poked the boy. I think it was like 4 times. He did it in the bathroom at the high school in Belton, Texas. So I don't condone at all, at all. But when you F around and you find out that you can't bully people, it's sad to say, I don't wish nobody to be dying in that manner, but when you do stuff and you taunt people, you bully people, you never know what the outcome is going to be. Let's just be for real, let's be honest. People have killed other people with their hands as the weapon. So you don't know what you would do. And I'm telling you right now, if I'm coming up and there's 4 big girls around me trying to surround me like a rap cipher, and I got my purse, I got a pencil, a makeup pencil, I got some tweezers or something, best believe I'm going to be taking that out and I'm about to be using it too. I'm sorry. And anybody else would. I'm sorry. Do you know how many people that have been in situations where at the last minute they don't know what is going on? They like, it's like a I forget what they call that word, but it's like when you're in like a situation, it's like a panic. You don't know what you're doing. Things are going so fast. It's like you're just moving, things are moving so fast. And then next thing you know, this type of situation happens. I forget what the pertinent the name for it is, but it's like you go into like survival mode. And then it's like you take anything, like I said, people have, killed other people with their bare hands. But we don't know. That's why people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't constitute you, taking out." And that you don't. If you was up against boys, if you was 100 pounds and you up against 3 or 4 boys that is like 300 pounds, you would just do whatever you do. You can't say what your reaction is going to be. That's like you going in the middle of the woods, you running into a bear. You don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know if you're gonna stop. You're gonna try to climb up a tree. You don't know if you're gonna try to grab a stick and try to fight the bear. You just don't know. You can't never say how somebody is going to react. And all of us react different. Everybody reacts different. You can get some people, you can maybe cuss them out. And guess what? You cuss them out, they're gonna cuss you out. Some people may walk away. Some people may throw hands. Some people may pull out a pow pow on you immediately. You just never ever know. Hey, babe. It's still raining rough outside? It's still raining pretty bad? Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, you just never know. That's why I said people kill me when they say, well, he didn't have to do this. You don't know because you don't know how you would react. You can't say, oh, I would just walk away. Okay. I would just walk away. You don't know what you would do. If somebody comes up to you, because see, what people are not saying, what people are not mentally and really thinking is that Austin pushed Carmelo first. So he was a aggressor. He put his hands on him first. So you telling me if you go, I'm in the airport right now. So you think that I can go up to somebody right now and just push them and then they be okay with it? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They might have a knife, a pocket knife. They may have some tweezers in their bag or something that they'll take out and probably slice me up with. You just don't know how people will react, and that is my main thing. That one, Austin pushed Carmelo, and then for two, you don't know how you're gonna react. Nobody knows how they're gonna react. People in prison, they have fights. They don't know how they're gonna react. Some of them may have a weapon, because these weapons is up in the prison. They make them shanks and all that other stuff, but they don't even know how they're gonna react. They don't know if it's going to be a deadly situation or a slicing situation, banging somebody's head against the cement blocks, or whatever the walls are made of in prison, or being dragged. Like, people don't know. That's what kills me. Well, you could just walk away. Not everybody thinks like that. Everybody's reaction is different, right? Everybody's reaction is different. Give 10 people, give 10 people a shot of vinegar and see how they react. They're all going to react different. Give 10 people some spaghetti and catfish. They taste it, they're going to have a different reaction. Like, oh, this is good, this is nasty. Some people may spit it out. Everybody's reaction is different, and this is why you cannot you cannot say that, oh, Carmela should have just walked away. No, because if it was you at 17 years old, come on now. We didn't been there. We didn't all been there before. At our 17-year-old age, when we were younger, we don't think like we do now at our older age. And at a younger age, you're very immature about a lot of things. Like, you haven't experienced nothing really. You haven't done much to really go through that type of maturity at that age. Still in high school, you still, um some kids, they're like, hard headed. You can't tell me what to do. Even with the teachers, they tell the teachers, you don't tell me what to do. You know, so you can't say at a 17-year-old age mentality that you would just walk away. I'm sorry. I would no, because everybody up in here at 17 years old, sorry, you would not just let somebody push you, right? That's why, at least I know, my parents taught me, keep your hands to yourself. Remember when you fight with your siblings and stuff at home, and then one of your siblings used to, try to trip you, push you, or whatever. And then what's the first thing your parents always used to say? Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself, right? Even with my kids. My daughter used to try to go in there and mess with my son in the room. And then I'm like, well, first of all, you're in his room. So how you go in his room messing with him? You're wrong. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at things for what they're worth. Like, you cannot go and say, "Oh no, he shouldn't have did that." No, think about when you were 17, sir or ma'am. When you were 17 and how you reacted. And don't say, "Oh, I would have walked away." No, you wouldn't, because that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you can tell that to the brick wall. Maybe the brick wall believe you, but me, the lounge, is not going to believe you. No, no, I'm not going to believe you. Because even my kids, I can say, at that age, 17, if somebody would have pushed them and did that, they would have defended themselves. And I taught them, if somebody puts their hands on you, you better fight back. Now, if that involved the tool, if that involved the pencil or whatever it involved, you go into like survival panic mode. I can't. You cannot say what is going to happen. So that's one thing that people are killing me with this trial. You keep your hands to yourself, or you will f around and you will find out. And I'm sorry that he lost his life. Austin lost his life. It's sad, but he put his hands on him and he effed around and he found out. Now, that is a sad story. But his dad, I believe, from what his racist rants, this is what he was doing. He was teaching his kids how to be racist. And I believe he had taught them how black people are like beneath you. And that's period point blank. And that's what a lot of people are saying. Even big like white content creators, they're saying the same thing. Like the trial was unjust and that Carmelo was pushed. So when somebody puts their hands on you, which nobody is really talking about, they're just saying, "Oh well, Carmelo should have walked away." No, Carmelo was defending himself. Nobody, as or even a grown person, but at 17 years old, you're not gonna allow somebody to push you. I'm sorry. Oh, it's about to be a raw brawl, like drag out. If you think about your kids at the 17-year-old age, would your kids just walk away? I know mine wouldn't. Oh, absolutely not. Mine's wouldn't. I'd be the first to tell you, especially the girls. Absolutely not. No, no, they're not gonna walk away and say, "Oh, no, no, no." Hit me and I hit you back. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. That part. He effed around and he found out. He should have kept his hands to himself. Like I said, I hate the fact that anybody loses their life, but when you do not, when you feel like you're like better than somebody, especially another race, like nobody is better than the next person. And I act like that myself. I don't think I'm better than the next person. I don't care what your race, religion, sexual preferences. I don't think I'm better than the next person at all. I don't. I don't. And the thing is that what I believe happened was they were like calling Carmelo all kind of names and all kind, just like, saying all kind of crazy stuff to him, probably some racist stuff too, I would imagine. And he just put his hands on Austin put his hands on Carmelo, and it just, it ended up how it did. And it's as sad as it is, but that's why you got to teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves. Just like if you when you were young, your parents told you, keep your hands to yourself, right? Keep your hands to yourself. But I don't know. Like I said, it's going a lot has been like sparked with this. But we're gonna find out what um what is going to happen. A lot of people, like I said, are saying that he has a great chance at his appeal or even like a retrial. So I don't know. We'll see. We will definitely see. Um, they I know Carmelo's mom, like I said, I heard her out of her own mouth say that they all lied. And let me say this too. I wonder where Carmelo's grandma is. Remember Carmelo's grandma came out the courthouse and she said racist, fascist. Did she say racist, bias, and something else? And she was, remember, do y'all remember? And she was holding her hands like this. Do y'all remember that? So I was like, huh. I was like, where is her grandma? She seemed like like grandma seemed like she don't play. Grandma seemed like she was with the smoke. Now, I don't know where grandma's at, but grandma maybe needs to be somewhere in the picture for this appeals situation. Grandma seemed like like she is with the smoke, but I don't know what's going to happen. I just really, really hate the fact that Charleston White got in there and he was saying that he's going to basically try to make these shirts. Well, he did make the shirts, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it on his Instagram, but Charleston White made shirts saying um Carmelo Watermelon Felon, and he was walking around in the store with the shirts on. And then he was like, going back and forth with like Jeff Metcalf. Then he was going saying that Carmelo Anthony's dad is a punk and all this other stuff. And but we know Charleston White, he's just a clout chaser. Now, on either ends of the spectrum, for the Carmelo family or for Jeff and I don't even know the twins' mother's name. But either way it goes, people are like sick when they're trying to capitalize off of somebody's pain because there's pain on both sides of the fence. The Metcalfs, they lost their son. Carmelo's family lost their son to going to prison. So nobody wins in this situation. It's sad all the way around. But at the same time, Charleston White is coming in as a coon that stole Christmas. Everybody needs to cancel Charleston White because he is a coon. And Charleston White, he's just for himself. He don't care about nobody. All he wants to do is get on social media and go viral. Like people kill me with this going viral. Like that's their life. Like I gotta go viral. Oh my God, I gotta go viral, y'all. We got to go viral. Like I don't care about going viral. I care about what's the truth and what's right is right and wrong is wrong. And I don't care what color you are. Cause just like those boys that killed what's that rapper's name? What's that rapper's name? Julio Fulio. I think it's a Julio Fulio, you guys. And all them savages went and set Julio Fulio up, and then they got sent to the moon. I think all of them got life in prison, as they should, because they were all little savages, all of them, even the little yellow boy. Oh yeah, he was hollering, crying, and slinging snot, and he was. He warned you guys because you can't. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yep, Sweat Equity Anonymous. Yes, that's what the what's that the what was he like a warden at a prison? He said the sweat equity. He said the sweat equity. They need the sweat equity, and they're going to get the sweat equity out of them little young boys, and that's what they get. All of them. I was like, please send them to the moon, because I thought the one that looked like Shaq. I was telling Jamil, one of them looked like Shaq, the oldest one. And he was like, I think 27, 28. And then you got and then the little yellow boy, he was like 17 or 18 when it happened. And he just messed up his whole life. But guess what? He effed around and he found out that when you do a crime, you will do some time. So I don't care what color you are, right is right and wrong is wrong all day long. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, chop it up. Wrong is wrong, right is right, and I stand for what's right. I don't care what color you are. There's plenty of cases where a black person, all them black boys in Julio Fulio case is wrong, and a whole bunch of other cases. And then there's some things wrong with the vice versa. Like it doesn't matter. I stand up for what's right. So I don't care what nobody says. This is how I feel. And I'm not going to put my feelings aside just to be like, oh no, no, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you are green, if you're purple, if you're yellow. I don't care. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So guess what? All them Julio Fulio little savages, yes, the savages, they thought they was cool. They thought they was, following Julio Fulio, setting them up and everything. And then the little yellow boy, he was up there crying, hollering, and slinging snot because he took the stand. I think he was the only one that took the stand in Julio Fulio. And then he was up there acting like he was a whole a angel in a turtle shell. How you gonna be an angel in the turtle shell? And you try to already kill Julio Fulio like before. I didn't even know that until like later in the trial. I was like, whoa, he tried to kill Julio Fulio before. I want to say if, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, I think he shot him in the leg before, but they didn't, he didn't die that time. But the second time, all of them went in and was, shooting up Julio Fulio inside the car. And I think it was a girl that got hurt too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they all were savages and they deserve to be right where they're at, getting, like Anonymous said, getting that sweat equity from the state. The state is getting the sweat equity as they should. You got to teach your kids to be productive citizens of this country, not to be out there doing savagery work. Nothing wrong with hanging out, nothing wrong with doing whatever. But when you're out there acting like a whole savage in a Ninja Turtle suit, trying to think that you are tough, but then when you go and you're sitting on the stand and you're in court, now you want to holler, cry, sling snot, and ask for some forgiveness when it's too late. You already had a chance when you tried to shoot Julio Fulio the first time. Then the second time when you were successful, all of y'all were successful. Now you want to take the stand and act like you just an angel in the turtle shell. Like, where they do that at? No, you're a whole savage that stole Christmas. And you are where you are. And I hope they get all the sweat equity. I hope they have you over there, working hard, sweating like a whole hostage that you are. Because you are never going to see the light of day. Never ever going to see the light of day because they sent you to the moon. They sent you look straight to the moon. Pass go straight to the moon. Don't stop. Hurry up. Take the Joker straight to where he belongs, right? Take him straight to where he belongs. That's just like Daryl Brooks, too. I don't know if you guys remember Daryl Brooks. Remember Daryl Brooks? He was a savage, too. Remember he was in Waukesha, Wisconsin, and he ran across those people in the parade. And I think it was a few kids, one or two kids and some adults. And then he was in there acting crazy with the judge, Judge Darrell. She was an amazing judge. She was an amazing, she's beautiful too. Amazing, beautiful judge. And Daryl Brooks, which I'm going to show that case again because y'all, I'm telling you, that case was so epic. I could not believe that there was somebody on trial for like multiple killings of people, running people over with your mom's car in a parade because your baby mama didn't want to give you no money. Your baby mama was giving you alleged problems from what you say, pretty much. And you didn't get your way. So you get upset, ticked off, and take your mom's car and run it through the Christmas parade and kill all those beautiful people over there in Waukesha. And they sent him straight to the moon. Pass go straight to the moon. He got multiple life sentences as he should. Matter of fact, they should have gave him the electric chair. And he was talking so much trash. I said, I couldn't wait till they sent him to prison. I hope they just beat him up right as soon as it's pow. First thing you go in there, bow, somebody beat him up because he unalived those innocent people that were just celebrating Christmas. It was the holidays. It was nice. They were enjoying themselves. And here this savage go just crashing his mother's car. He was so uh, um such a bum. He didn't even have his own car, takes his mama's car and does that to those people. So sad, so sad. But yeah, I want to touch on that case again. Like just do some kind of like just doing some highlights, some revisiting to that case because that Daryl Brooks showed his, but donk. I was like, oh my god. I said, oh my goodness, this Joker right here. But there's a lot of cases, which I say send them to the moon. Don't matter what color you are. If you did some unaliving of people and it wasn't in self-defense and you were just out there being crazy and manic and you knew you was doing something crazy, no, you need to go to the moon. Yeah, they need to send you to the moon and really I- straight to some people don't believe in the electric chair, but I do believe in the electric chair for some people. I'm sorry. There was another case, if you guys remember, it's been years ago. There was a black guy, and he unalived a cop in Florida. I think it was one cop in Florida, and he was so narcissistic. I mean, it was crazy. So he was like really, I mean, a stone cold criminal. And then he went on the run. He unalived his baby mom, and I want to say she may have been pregnant. I can't recall. I want to revisit that court case too. But y'all, he went he went and killed the cop. They were looking for him and they found him, I think in Walmart, I believe it was, when I think he was like checking out or somewhere in Walmart. So somebody called the cops. So they went and he unalived one of the female cops that went to basically try to apprehend him. And then when they got him, oh man, they beat him to the white meat. They busted him up. They beat him so bad, I don't know if his eye popped out, but his eye was gone. Them cops, they busted him up as they should. I believe in that. And then they sent him. I think he got life in sentence in prison, but I think that he deserved a straight pass, go straight to the electric chair. Some people just deserve, I believe, to go straight to electric chair because they're like inhumane. They are very, very like just crazy. Those type of people, I believe, they straight to the electric chair you go. But so there's all kind of cases out there that in my opinion that deserve what they get. Now self-defense, like I said, no. Self-defense is a whole another ball game. Self-defense is a whole another situation for me because we don't know what we're going to do. Just like if we get in a car accident. You don't know how you're gonna react in that car accident. You don't know if you're gonna stand there, stay in the car, if you're gonna get out the car. I had somebody, one of my friends, or her husband got in a bad car accident, and it was like a two-way highway, I think it was, and her husband got hit. And when he got hit, guess what he did? He got out the car and laid on the ground. Had somebody, another car came and rolled him over, he would have been like, he would have died. So we don't know what we would do in the midst of tragic situations like that. Like your mind is all over the place. Your brain is probably moving a million miles a minute, and you just don't know what you would do at that point in time. You know, that's like if somebody busts in your house. You know, in some states, you're able to, unalive them, pow them, within certain parameters or whatever. But if somebody, you hear somebody bust down your door, you just start bam, bam, bamming. That's just maybe your natural reaction. You just gonna react like that. So all I'm saying is people's natural responses to trauma, natural responses to things that when those type of situations happen, you just don't know how you're going to react. But y'all, we're going to stay on top of this story. And also I want to touch on that story in Mississippi where the baby, I think it was a 1 year old child, got shot by the police. So I want to see how um yeah, what's going on with that case, because I know that's a big and up and coming case. So yeah, so y'all, I'm not gonna keep you guys. I'm gonna get in here and see, because we are like stuck in the airport. But it's crazy, it's sad all the way around, like I said. But you just cannot um think that you could push somebody and nothing's gonna happen to you. Maybe uh, one out of uh, 1,000, 2,000, or something. I don't know. Hey, Michael Miller, how are you? Welcome. Maybe one in a million people that will say, "Oh, somebody pushing me, I'm just gonna walk away." Even if it's you cussing them out, even if it's you probably punching them or pushing, look, push me and I push you back. But you just never know what your reaction is. So I really hate that, and hate is a strong word. I really hate when people say that he shouldn't have did this, he shouldn't have did that. You can't tell nobody how they react, right? Somebody gets their finger gets cut off. You're gonna have, if 10 people get their finger cut off, you're gonna have they're all gonna react different. Like no matter what, you could put 10 people in the same situation and everybody is going to react different. They're not gonna react the same at all. No, nobody's gonna react the same. People get in car accidents. They're not everybody is like my friend got, her husband got out the car and laid on the road. Some people will be scared to even get out. Somebody, because they don't know if somebody else, another car is going to hit or whatever. Like, you don't know what your reaction is going to be. So, especially at a 17-year-old mindset's age. So, y'all, I'm not gonna keep you guys, but thanks for coming in. And we will definitely, I'll go live again probably later on today, or maybe here in a few hours, because we're probably gonna be stuck in this airport. Lord Jesus. Why the weather got to be cutting up when we is traveling? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, like I said again, shout out to Freezy. Freezy's been doing a great job. And Freezy's been really, really putting his foot on the pedal. And y'all, if you guys have not check out Freezy at no cap cap dash uh no captivity, and his name is Freezy. Go check his channel out. Subscribe to his channel. His last lives are very, very informative. He had a lot of the people who went to Frisco ISD to watch the story. Yeah, no captivity, anonymous. Thank you. Yeah, no captivity. no captivity, and his name is Freezy, Freezy. And check out his content because he's been having a lot. It's been like a lot of people that went to the Frisco ISD. And let me say this, because Freezy, like I said, is doing an amazing job getting all these people, come on to talk about what their experience was at the Frisco ISD, watching the actual 4K video that they do have of this situation with Karmelo, and they're going on, and they're all stories are all collaborating, all like pretty much the same story. But he's been doing a great job, and there's people that are saying there are people that are saying that he that I'm sorry, I'm all looking because there's like airport people everywhere. But um they were saying the same things. And some people are saying, oh, those people are lying. There's no other video. Let me say this. Y'all know there is a racial issue in Collin County, Texas. There's a big racial issue there. It's like a sundown town, they said. And I went there and I seen what they were talking about. I mean, I was glad to run into the NAACP because I'm like, I didn't see that many, but it was nice though when we went. When we went to Frisco, we went to the little downtown area, it was nice. Talked to even some people and got some information on how they felt about, the Carmelo case. But they were really nice. The older white man and then another middle-aged white lady, they were really sweet, very, very sweet, very respectful. But they say that town has a lot of racial divides there. Like, even the with the DA, with that federal lawsuit that the DA had, sexual assault case, and it was like 6 or 7. I think they were all DAs or somebody that worked in the prosecution's office or something like that. But anyway, they were like all white too. So they were just like having like situations because I guess it's like a power thing from what I see. They get upset when certain judges and certain people are not appointed or whatever. But yeah, it was crazy. But we enjoyed our time there on the NAACP. Like I said, they put out some great info. So I'm glad that they are stepping in and helping the Carmelo Anthony and his family with this situation. So hopefully he will be able. I do believe that he will be able to get a great like new trial, retrial, or appeal, however you want to say it. Whenever he goes to court, I think that if everything is fair and done the right way, and they have they need like I said, they need still Diddy's lawyer. Now he was awesome and amazing. Like he's a pit bull. Carmelo needs a pit bull lawyer. Like he needs a pit bull lawyer that's gonna go in there and not be like, "Oh, okay, yes, okay, uh-huh." You're asking, okay, the DA is asking, do y'all think that it's murder? That's no, he needs the tiger, he needs the bear, he needs all of them, the toughest of them all. Brian Steele. They need Brian Steele to be on deck. But y'all, I'm gonna probably, like I said, go live later, but I'm not gonna keep you guys. Um, I'm gonna see when our next flight is because it's crazy. The weather is bringing power outages even to the airport. It's crazy. But y'all, thank y'all for stopping in. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank all my mods, Anonymous, Loving Myself, Michael Miller, Bronze, all of y'all. I love all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. Um, thank you. Hey, Tammy, how are you? How you been doing? Where y'all going? We going to Philly. Philly. We're going to get us some cheesesteaks. So we going, hey, Purple Flower, hey. So we're going to Philly for the weekend. It's Juneteenth weekend. So we're going to hang out there. So yeah, so y'all know y'all gonna go with us wherever we go. Y'all know we turn on the camera and y'all is coming, right, family? right? Family, we is going on a trip. We like the Dora Explorer. We're going on a trip. Whatever that song is, we're going on the trip. Y'all going on the trip with us. So yeah. So we're gonna see how everything pans out, y'all. And then yeah, y'all stay tuned. Love all you guys, and y'all will be back again to do it in the next video. Love y'all. Bye bye.